Hello and welcome to the first episode of what's going to be called Anime Reflux. Yeah, that's what we decided. Yeah. So, for those unfamiliar, this was a segment of the podcast where we would watch a random anime every week and talk about it, just completely at random. And we changed the format, so this is now its own show. Completely separate, so if you want to watch this is the thing that you'd be watching. So we'll be going with the anime that was randomly selected on the podcast last week, because that's the easiest way to do this. And personally, I kind of think it was probably the worst possible choice we could have had for anime to start with.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I ended up watching all the episodes of this.
Okay, so the anime we're talking about, because we haven't said it yet, is Ooya-san wa Shishunki, I believe is the pronunciation. So
Yeah.
that's my landlady's something.
The
In
landlord
puberty.
is a little girl, I believe,
I thought it was my landlady's in puberty.
or something. Something about my landlady.
Something along those lines that very much describes the basic content of the show, which, by the way, is 2 minutes long per episode.
My apologies, Casey. I wasn't aware. Should I go through the list after this and try filtering out any more of those?
How
No.
about we don't force you to go through hundreds upon
That's
hundreds of entries?
impossible for
So
you. That's
Again.
it's not because he's literally made the list himself manually, just by hand. But I don't want to put him through that again just to make sure we're not doing any 2-minute episode shows. We've done one before. We're doing one now. It works. It's fine. It's just not that great a choice for the first episode of a brand new show.
Fair enough.
Okay,
So it
so
goes.
I guess one translation is the landlord is in puberty. I think the official localized name is the landlord is a little girl or something. And it's 12 episodes, 30-second intros, and each episode being 2 minutes, so technically a minute and a half.
Yep, that's effectively like having a 6-minute intro for every episode of an anime. Like a regular anime.
When does this air?
I have to
It
assume it's
was
like
it was
a morning show.
2016, winter 2016.
Like, it was a thing you would have when a show maybe didn't quite meet the usual show length or goes a little bit over, so they need something to fill time.
They've always got there's always a series that's just a bunch of shorts.
Yeah,
I guess.
I mean, like Nickelodeon used to have like those weird short film type things, like As Our School Bus Turns and that weird crap that they put on.
Oh,
TV
I
shows.
thought I was the only one who remembered those.
Nope. I mean, Pete and Pete used to be one of those before they turned it into a regular show.
Cartoon Network used to have those too with things like Secret Squirrel.
I can't believe you just dropped Pete and Pete Adventures
Yeah.
referencing.
Oh, the memories. That shit was weird.
Sweet memories.
Yeah, pretty good.
You know, the movie Snow Day was originally going to be a Pete and Pete movie.
That makes
Really?
sense to me.
Yep, there was going to be a Pete and Pete movie, but they changed it and made it just a standalone movie. It was one of my favorite movies growing up.
Yeah, Snow Day.
Yeah. So
Anyways,
it's
back to what we're supposed to be talking about.
It's basically probably like that. It's just like something you slot in the middle of a regular anime block and Saturday morning anime, I guess, or Sunday morning. I don't know what the
Felt
Japanese
like they
equivalents are.
translated a 4-panel comic into an anime.
Yeah, like a 4.
Yeah, that's basically it. That's a really good way of putting it, Blushweaver.
So
And
it's probably not worth really doing a summary for this show because it's it's 2 minutes.
we should just.
Nonsense.
It's literally guy moves into this apartment building, and the landlady is a middle schooler.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
for those not familiar, I think that's between the ages of 11 and 15 in Japan. Somewhere in there.
It's basically a long story. She's having trouble keeping up with her life, and the first short is basically, if I may, Casey.
Go ahead.
The first short is basically him getting a positive outlook on his new life, thinking that it was a good thing that he moved in. He greets his landlady and his neighbor, which happens to be an attractive girl, with a pair of gifts. And
Just happens.
what was that?
What, Blush?
Oh, I said she just happens to be attractive with a pair of gifts.
Yeah, just
I don't think he was
happened.
referring to those gifts. I think he was referring to the dude's gifts that he was actually giving to them. But,
Yes, that's what I was referring to. Get something better, Blush Weaver. I expected better from you.
To be fair, I thought the exact same thing when he said pair of gifts.
It took me
I-
a couple seconds to pass it myself, but you know.
I thought he was talking about tits as well.
For the love of... Anyway, the
But
landlady...
that's me. You would expect that from me.
If I may.
Go ahead.
Yes, I expect that from you, Weasel. But I'd like to continue. Basically, the landlady shakes the box and jumps to the conclusion that it's the cooking set that she always wanted, but was too expensive for her. She rushes off to the kitchen, already making plans for it, opens it, and it's some fancy bath soaps, and she is let down significantly because the complex doesn't even have baths. And that's the episode. That's it.
And that's kind of the show, is that you have a bunch of cute moments with the little girl, and then there's like jokes that are thrown in.
Yeah. It's like slice of life vignettes that are super compressed. Like the dialogue is
It's super
frenetic
fast.
to be polite. It's actually a little hard to read the subtitles at that speed that it goes.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I can read fast, so I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Well,
I was
sorry, go ahead, Zero.
just gonna say, I could keep up with it, and I was like, man, these subtitles are just the right speed for me.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I may type fast, but I read slow.
Yeah. I could keep up as well, but it's like I could see how someone couldn't because it was moving that quickly. Like I could keep up. My PS4 just shut down. God damn it.
That Persona 5, though.
I'm sorry,
That-
Casey.
Casey.
Okay, that's my fault for leaving it with the sleep timer going. Okay. Anyway. What were we talking about?
Well, what
It's
really...
rapid fire dialogue and voice acting. It's actually kind of impressive.
Yeah, like it's fine to read, but it's actually hard to follow if you get my meaning. Like you're reading it, but you're not really actually absorbing any of it because it's going that quickly.
Well, what really, really surprised me is that going in, I figured, Japan, it's going to be pedo-licious. But to my utmost surprise, no, it was not. It was just cute.
Yeah, it's just Moe.
It was also rather subversive because I was expecting the main character to be a butt monkey, as is common of these short series, but no, he's
Just
pretty reasonable guy.
A normal dude. Yeah.
Normal guy. He likes the fact that his landlady's cute, but not in that way.
He gets father zoned later on. He
thinks she's a cute. He thinks she's a cute child, not a cute child. If you know what I mean.
Somebody comes up to her and says, "What's your relationship with him?" And she's like, "Well, he's like a dad, I guess."
Yeah.
He's a reasonable guy. He doesn't at least from what I saw in the first episode, he isn't the butt of jokes.
Yeah, it's not like it's pedophilic, like Weasel suggested. It's or lolly, as
what I assumed, but I assumed very, very wrong.
As the Japanese would term it, which is okay, sure, whatever. But there is an undercurrent of something that, as far as I'm aware, the Japanese are kind of okay with, which is grooming. Which is nice to hear that he gets shot down on that.
he gets father zoned, and
Yeah.
like the thing is, Reiko, the other girl, they're both kind of have this thing where they're like, oh, she's so cute. Is their whole thing. They work together in that sort of thing.
Hmm.
The main character role shifts from him to basically being all about her in like the next episodes.
Well, I imagine
So
the production is fairly quick, so
Yeah,
they probably got feedback and they said, "Hey, we don't care about this dude. Do more of the little girl. She's
Yeah.
adorable." And they
she
just switched.
she basically is the main character of this show.
Aw, too bad. I actually found his character interesting. He's not your
He shows
typical
up.
Four Coma series protagonist.
He shows up, but there's like episodes where he just appears for like 2 seconds. So
Which is most of the show.
Which is a good portion of the show.
Yeah, like I say, this is probably the absolute worst way we could start this show off, with a show that's, one, really, really short, so there's not
You know what?
much to actually talk about. Two,
Here's
it's not spectacular, it's not terrible, it's kind of okay. So,
Here's the thing. Even if it sucked at this length, who cares?
yeah, kind of.
yeah,
It's not like it's wasting your life.
it doesn't require too much deep thought because it's so fast and so quick. You're like, that was a joke. You laugh, and then you move on to the next one.
Like, I ate
It
breakfast. and
doesn't
watched this
require a
whole
serious
thing.
time commitment.
I ate breakfast this morning and watched this whole thing and was like, I have time to take a nap. Cool. So I did.
A quick question, Casey.
Shoot.
Just regarding the content of this anime series, do you think it would have been better suited as a full-length series? Or do you think it was best the way it was?
I mean, if you expand the plots of each episode out, it'd be like 5 minutes instead of 2 if they didn't compress it so much. So, not really. It would need a whole hell of a lot more content, so it's hard to judge.
Yeah, it's medium. Like the way this is done works well for what it is because it is slice of life. It is cute, but it doesn't require too much actual thought, and there's no real drama to really speak of. So the way it works is just quick, painless. Oh, that was cute. That was funny, and then you move on with your life.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Works well for what it is. That's the best way to put it.
I actually really like rapid fire humor, which is why I found that the format of short episodes for a comedy series, at least for an anime, works really well. For example, I'm not sure if anyone here has heard of I think what was Tonari no Seki-kun. Anyone ever heard of that one? It's a anime about a girl in class who's constantly distracted by the boy at the desk next to her, who's constantly goofing off during class and distracting her. And
Yes. I've heard of that one. I've read it.
yes, and it's what's really interesting. It actually has, despite being a short comedy series, it actually has character development.
Hmm.
And a bit of shipping.
Yes.
Okay.
I ship Rumi and Seki.
Okay.
And it's not like there isn't any character development in this. It's just that it moves really quickly. It's like, oh hey, she just realizes, oh wait, I have no friends. I need friends, and then there's a little mini arc about okay, she needs to actually reach out and try to make friends. But it isn't nearly as deep as any sort of normal show would go.
Hmm.
It's more on the light comedy side, and I swear I couldn't stop thinking about this. But the girl's name is Satonaka Chie.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is the name of the girl from Persona 4.
Yeah, I twigged into that as well. I'm glad you reminded me because I would have completely forgotten. But yeah.
Coincidence? I think not.
It's the same exact name.
As far as
I
I'm aware,
couldn't.
there's actually a fairly limited pool of Japanese surnames, so...
Yeah, but Chie-san.
And also, Japan has laws about what you can name your kid.
But like, I haven't gotten my hands on Persona 5 yet, so I'm just thinking about Persona 5 nonstop, which
Yeah,
makes me think
me
about
too.
Persona as a series, which makes this unbearable.
Every minute I'm not playing it is a minute I hurt. It's not good.
No wonder you're in a hurry to finish this show.
Honestly, I'm in a hurry. I mean, this is content for the channel. This is the thing I do to be a contributing member of society. It's kind of lame contribution, but whatever.
Let's just say final thoughts and pick a new anime for next week, I guess.
Yeah, this is fine, which is, again, terrible thing to say for first episode. Way to grab the viewers, with... It's okay.
Honestly, with this series, people are just going to be... I have a feeling most people are just going to be watching the episodes that are for animes that they have heard of or are not sure of.
Probably, which means this is going to get no views for most episodes.
Well,
Yeah, so, you got nothing to lose.
I couldn't really bring my usual energy this time.
What would you have brought it to?
It's a 3-minute anime, which 30 seconds.
There's not much to say that we haven't already said.
Okay. Anyone else got anything to say, or are we moving on?
I'm good.
Watch it.
Cool.
I say just go ahead and watch it. It's not like you're just going to waste any of your time for it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's a fair point. All right. So, shall we roll again for a new one?
I've got the list.
Dude.
Okay. Kenshi?
On it. All right, then. Magic number generator. I say...
Orange Jesus.
19.
19.
No, 19.
S.
What do we got? Ooh.
S.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of those.
Yeah, this is one of the longer ones. 194.
Holy crap.
I don't know what I want out of this.
Sword Art Online?
I mean,
Oh, dear.
That's
No.
the very last one on the list.
Is it
Hey,
really?
I actually like Sword Art Online. I don't know why. I just do. I know it's shit, but I like it anyway. And I don't
pretty,
know why. And I hate myself.
It's pretty. It has good music. That's why.
okay.
Meh.
And you
All right,
secretly
I
guys.
read the light novel, and then afterwards, I read the light novel of SAO, and then I
To be
liked
clear,
it.
we're not
and then
reviewing Sword Art
afterwards, I-
Online right now.
I know,
We're talking
I
about
know.
Zero.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, so in my mind of minds, I'm going for Sekiro because mind, and I want Patient to veto it. So here we go.
Patient
57.
already used his veto.
What number?
Oh, 57.
57. Looking.
Okay, what do we got? What do we got?
And the winner is...
Come on, baby.
I think we actually mentioned this one recently. Sengoku Basara.
Oh, I think I did mention
Oh.
it. Yeah, it's the one
Damn,
with
that was
the
actually
horse with the exhaust on it. Yeah,
that was actually fairly close to Sekiro.
it was.
Oh yeah,
Sengoku
it's a
Basara.
video game series. It's an adaptation of a video game series.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
like it's like the Sengoku period, but a little bit anime.
During Japan's Sengoku period, several powerful warlords fought in politics and in arms with hopes of unifying the country under a central government. Nobunaga Oda has asserted himself as being the most powerful of these rulers by possessing the strength and military resource necessary to conquer all of Japan. Shingen Takeda and his trusted warrior, Yukimura Sanada, led one of the main clans standing in Nobunaga's way. One night, Sanada had been ordered to lead a sneak attack against General Kenshin Uesugi, which was then thwarted by Masamune Date and his army. Sanada and Date fought to a draw, which forged a heated rivalry out of their newfound admiration for one another. Nobunaga continues to exert his forces in Sengoku Basara by doubling down on his influence across the country. Sanada and Date find themselves having to put their differences aside in order to quell the rise of Nobunaga and save
Okay,
feudal Japan
Zero?
from his tyrannical reign.
I'm
Where
gonna
are you-
stop you
Where are
because
you reading that?
you literally just synopsized the first episode of Sengoku Basara.
Where are
That's just
you
what
re-
the synopsis says
Where's
on my
he
anime
reading
list.
that? I don't see it. Where is that?
Why
That's
are you
the
reading it
synopsis
from
on my anime list. Because it was there, and I clicked on it.
Okay. Apparently you shouldn't do that in future because it just says what the first episode is. Which is kind of
It's
odd.
the
John.
premise. It's the premise, which would, I guess, be established in the first episode, so overlap.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the anime. Unless anyone wants to veto.
All right, now, just to be sure,
Mhm.
this is not the dub, right?
You can watch either.
Can't hear you, Blush.
So I'm asking because I see two versions here. I see the original version from like 2009, and I see the dub
You
version.
can watch
from,
either.
the same.
Yeah, just like always, when there's a dub as well, you can watch that if you prefer. It's usually pretty good to have, perspectives on both. If,
I'm tempted
not
to
for each
veto this
person,
because it
but
seems
just-
so decent.
it's pretty decent. It's pretty popular. So don't veto it because we get views. God damn it!
I've already used my veto, so I couldn't troll if I wanted.
I've already used mine as well.
You guys
So-
already
Really?
vetoes. We're only 3 months or 4 months in. How'd you use your vetoes already? I don't know what you guys used them on.
I forget.
I think the one patient did it was actually
Prawn.
yeah, kind of. I forget what it was, but
It was an HE.
Of course he knows it off the top of his head.
No,
No,
it was
that's-
an HE. That's a genre.
technically,
I think mine was that ocean conservation educational anime.
Oh yeah, the
God,
educational one.
yeah. I think you're two of the only vetoes that have gone. I don't think Slice has used his, who is not on this episode but might be on another one in the future. Because I'm
So,
assuming he's sleeping.
this is Sengoku era. Nobunaga's the bad guy, I guess.
Probably.
Fight Nobunaga.
Well, historically, he was a pretty bad guy.
Yeah, I don't think he actually shows up in the first season. Because it's focused on Takeda and Date, which are on the literally other side of Japan. So
Man, there's so many animes and stuff about the Sengoku period. Super popular.
duh.
Well, it was good historical shit.
Yeah. It's
It's like saying, wow, there are a lot of books about the medieval period.
Or wow, there's a lot of movies about World War II.
Yeah.
Alright, so Sengoku Basara it is.
Next episode.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching the thing that was less bombastic than I was probably hoping it to be. But
We did a
You're
good.
welcome.
still a good review. Be respectful of good content and not just, YouTubers being zany and stuff. I mean, this is terrible. The fuck that's
You mean like you do for Mass Effect?
Casey, I would pay you
That's
to always
genuine.
talk in that voice.
So yeah, good review maybe. Be nice and maybe like the video or something. I don't know.
Please stop.
People
Please
don't really
stop.
do that on our videos, and I'm worried that it's because I don't say the stupid thing like, comment, subscribe, and all that bollocks.
No, stop. You can't chill. They'll hate us.
Will they?
We'll become something we're not sure what we'll become.
What?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Ooh. You mean like how your Digimon digivolves and something because you did something a different way, you don't know what it was, and you end up with a new one.
Yeah, and then it ends up being like a platinum Numemon.
What?
It just throws poop at things.
This
We're getting
conversation's
off
gone
topic
away from
here.
me. Yeah.
If you didn't play Digimon World, you don't understand what we're talking about. But if you did,
Yeah.
Take us away, Casey.
Yeah, so thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with another one of these.
Yay.
Yay.
That reminds me, I need to beat the new Digimon World game. Still haven't done
Later,
that.
everyone.
Bye.
Later.
Uh,
See ya.